So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Victoria Ben. I'm Director of Middle East and Africa at Euromoney Conferences. It's a pleasure to be with you here, and my thanks to the Minister and to Khaled for setting the scene and starting the discussions. I'm honoured to be joined by Badr Alotaibi, who is General Director of Finance Companies Control at the Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority. So Badr, thank you very much for joining us.
Sure,
let's start, if you can, by giving me a brief overview of SAMA's official role in the regulation of the housing market, housing finance market.
Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I'll speak in English. Well, SAMA objectives is to safeguard the stability and the resilience of the financial system, in addition to ensuring the broadening and deepening of the financial system at large. We achieve those objectives by licensing banks and finance company to provide mortgage products, also supervising the lenders, banks and finance company by conducting supervisory visits as well as inspection visits. We also do monitoring the real estate finance market monthly, and in addition to, we impose sanctions for non-compliance cases. In addition to that, if needed, we issue guidelines, circulars. So those are the tools in a brief. Yeah.
We heard this morning Richard ask the Minister about systemic stability.
Yeah.
What specific initiatives and actions will SAMA enact to ensure systemic stability here in Saudi, which has caused issues in other countries?
Yes, sure. In 2012, the three laws were issued, namely Real Estate Finance Law, Finance Lease Law, and Finance Company Control Laws. So those laws provide the regulatory framework for SAMA to supervise the real estate finance as well as non-bank financial institution. Those also laws introduced some prudential measures such as LTV, loan to value, in addition to leverage ratio and total exposures restrictions, and etc. Also, SAMA is applying a risk-based supervision approach. We request all regulated entities supervised by SAMA are requested to submit monthly data, quarterly prudential returns, their financials, in addition to ad hoc requests, and also some risk reports. So we at SAMA actually keep an eye on some key indicators so that this allows us actually to be more proactive. And of course we learned from the financial crisis, and yeah.
And can you give me an idea of the key regulatory changes that have happened recently to support the growth of the housing finance market?
Yes. In January 2017, SAMA raised the LTV loan to value from 70 to 85%. And again, in last January of 2018, we raised it again to 90%. We actually, in 2014, when it was introduced, the LTV, which was 70%, we took a conservative approach. We set it at 70%, just to watch, the market and see the reaction of the market. So after 2 years, after also monitoring the macro measurements, we were comfortable to raise the LTV to 90% now. In addition, in April 2017 also we reduced the risk-weighted asset for mortgage for banks from 100% to 75%. And again, in January 2018, we reduced it again to 50%. So we believe those tools will incentivize the growth of real estate finance and complement with the national housing objectives.
And what regulatory changes do you see coming up in the future? Have you got more plans to make more changes?
Oh, not today. Today, nothing. Definitely, this is something. Today, there is nothing will be changed, but not sure about tomorrow. But definitely, we are reviewing on a weekly basis, and it's not done actually by a person or two. Just like committee who decide different background. Yeah.
So there may be more in the next year, but nothing.
Yes,
today.
nothing.
Nothing today.
Nothing
okay.
today. Yeah, this for sure. Yeah.
Can you provide some details of what SAMA is doing to support non-bank financial institutions and banks in building the expertise that they need to develop the market?
Okay. Well, SAMA is keen actually to develop the skills and the expertise of the Saudi employees in the financial system, in the financial industry. Currently, the Saudization rate is above 90% in banks and 70% in finance companies and above 60% in the insurance industry. Also, it's good actually to mention that the majority of the regulated entity that supervised by SAMA participated in the scholarship program that is supported by the Saudi government by granting the eligible candidates secure jobs after completion their studies. In addition, Institute of Finance also provide training courses based on the needs of the industry.
And how are you working? Obviously, we have the CMA up next. We have a lot of the different agencies here today. How are you working with other regulatory and developmental agencies to ensure that it's, you know, the initiatives, the sector, it's integrated and coordinated?
Okay. Well, SAMA is actually continuously working with other regulators in the kingdom. For example, SAMA is a member of a lot of committees, such as SCAN program that was mentioned today. Also, we are a member of Financial Development Program with the Ministry of Finance and CMA. Also, we are a member of National Financial Stability Committee with CMA and Ministry of Finance. In addition, we are a member of Enforcement and Mortgage Registration with Ministry of Justice. This is in addition to high-level meetings actually we held with the stakeholders and the workshops actually we organize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it appears, as you know, an outsider, that it is working and it is integrated.
Definitely is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's working well. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Not too many committee meetings. You won't get your job done. We have time for a few questions. If anybody would like to ask Badr any questions, is anyone keen to ask the regulator anything? They're all scared. No, looks unlikely.
Satisfied, maybe.
All satisfied. Yeah, either or. Fine. Well, no questions from the audience, so we obviously did our job well. Badr, thank you very much for joining us on the stage.